it helps me when someone else is like, I'm in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in it right now.
You are?
Yeah. My
Ooh, I can't even talk about it on mic. I'm so in it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in it. I just turned the age that my grandfather was when he died of a heart attack.
Oh, honey.
And my mother died like very, very young. And so I feel,
you feel
the
that's
borrowed time
approaching.
element.
the borrowed time. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, I don't feel like, I feel good and healthy and I've gone to the doctor. Like, I feel good.
You can get a movie greenlit.
I got a movie. I can get a movie greenlit whenever I want.
So obvious. If anyone's looking at movie posters.
I'm here for fun.
Yeah.
When I walked down the AMC, I'm like, this guy's got so many movies greenlit.
Yeah. Take a left on like after you get off Crescent Heights on Sunset. You'll see me everywhere.
All the billboards.
No, I feel like, and I'm having a lot of obsession about death. Like, a lot of my thoughts are like, how many summers do I have left? How many times will I eat at this restaurant again? Like, is this the last time I'll be here?
Gosh.
And
you're like lightly, forgive me for chiming in here, but you're like lightly predisposed to that already. Like that's always been a kind of thing. But then now with, the age we're at and what we're going through, it's like, it's getting a little, it's coming, it's going from the back burner
to the
front.
Have you done CBT?
What's that?
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Oh, I thought it was cockball torture. Do not search
have you done cockball torture?
I've done, yeah.
It'll help.
Do not search CBT.
Wait, you have a cock and balls, right?
I torture
Oh,
them,
then
too.
why don't you torture them?
No, I'm torturing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they torture me.
Cognitive behavioral therapy is another thing I just started, and that might help you a lot.
Explain that. What's going on?
Okay, so they basically have you do homework.
Pass.
No, I know. But
I want to work on myself, but not that hard.
They'll take a situation. So if you say like, I wonder if this is the last time I'm going to eat at the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Oh, how do you know that was the restaurant?
I don't know.
I think about that every time I order the Philadelphia cheesesteak egg rolls. This might be the last time I go down an escalator.
They're like, this is 5,000 calories for a bite.
We actually made this in a factory.
This one is from a factory. This one's legit.
This one's from the factory.
This one's half shoe. So you write that down, and then you are like, okay, what are the facts that support that? Not feelings, the facts.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe there's a chance you'll probably end up
again.
And eating there again?
Yes. And I feel like I do that. Really quickly mentally. Like I do that. That's how I'm able to go through the day. Is because I do it really quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm able to be like logically put it away.
Yes.
But I'm noticing, and one of the things I'm working on is I'm noticing that it's taking up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And then you're going to the Cheesecake Factory twice a day now because you're like, how many times do I really have?
Well, I got this.
And keep shortening your life.
I got it. My wife got me this gift certificate, and it expires in like 6 months.
$25,000.
Yeah.
Well, the way you might be able to help that then is like noticing what is actually the fact, and then making it a hardcore feeling, like being like, oh, okay, so right now I feel sad because like I felt like this is the last time I'm going to eat at this restaurant, and it's probably not. Like, and the reality shows I will probably end up at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then you can like push it aside, like you're doing.
Yeah.
But at least there's like, okay, here's the thing I go to every time it happens, and then it'll start happening. Hopefully less.
I think that's probably a really beneficial thing because. What I've started to like try to take stock of on my own, and you never want to be like doing this work on your own, but like I'm trying to take stock of like what causes like when am I predisposed to these feelings the most, and usually they're after positive things. So I feel like what's going on is that I'm a little bit like beaten up from just life, from being and so that there's a like. Every silver lining has a cloud. And
so you like make your own shoe drop.
Exactly. You're like waiting for it with everything. And then you're like, you know what?
But you're like controlling it. Like you're making your shoe drop.
Yes.
So that it can be the shoe that dropped after that positive thing.
Right. Yeah. So that it's safe. It's like, so.
How like, I mean, don't you have moments where you're like, oh, that's like that's so like, it's not great that we're doing it, but like it's sweet. Like it comes from a place of being like, everything's too good. I just don't want something bad to happen, so I'll make the bad thing happen.
Yeah.
Like if you think of it as like a little kid doing it,
it's
really kind of like very sweet.
It is. I think it's sweet. I feel like it's like also shows that I do care about myself, you know, in a way in a way that a lot of people can't articulate.
Yeah.
But it is also the challenge of every day. You know, like I feel like, and when I hear people that don't go through that I'm often like, well, how are you not aware of the darkness and walking around in this like, you know, but it's like we're like you said about driving. Like, how is that thought that thought not in your mind all the time?
How is everyone able to do this? And I can like. I've directed this movie. I've been on big movies. But that terrifies me.
Right.
And the thing I just keep coming back to is like, we all have different skills. There's people who could lift a car. I can't do that. That doesn't make me a bad person.
Right.
Like depression, anxiety is a disability. It's something you just have to live with every day. And the struggle is like, some days you'll be like, wow, I went months without thinking about death. And then all of a sudden it's like, 2 months of just, it's constantly in my head. And will I ever get out of this? And the only thing that I have in my head all the time is like, especially during this time, because it's been so hard, is like saying the only proof that I have that this will not continue is that I've had long chunks of my life where I have not had it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jillian, you're hitting on something. I call this zooming out. I have to like frequently zoom out and go, on a whole, the last 6 months of your life have been pretty good.
Yeah.
You cannot be thinking like this too shall pass, whatever. You know, like I have to zoom out and go like, hey, look at your life. You get into these pockets of depression all the time and you get out of them.
Yes.
When you're in it, it feels like you can never be. And you're like, just remember 2 weeks ago, none of this was on your, and I have to like zoom out and look at my life on a timeline or like a graph. And then when I imagine it on a graph, I'm like, oh, this happens every August or every December.
Do you think that do you think that negative, I mean, it must be, I don't know, like the chemistry of the brain and the way it works, but there must be something to the idea that negative thoughts are like a negative is worth 10 positives. You know, because like...
Yeah, that's the weight we give them at least.
Right.
Well, just like if you get 10 positive reviews and one person's like, I didn't laugh. You're like, I only remember you.
Right. Yeah. And so I feel like that probably is going... That equation is probably way deeper in everyday life.
Yes.
Where you're good things probably happen to us every day.
Yes.
And
we're
just not even tuned in enough to notice because we're occupied by the one thing of the 24 hours and the 365 days that is like sticking in our craw.
And a way to help with that, this is something I'm working on with my therapist, is to remember to be grateful when things are good. Yeah. Even on the small scale.
Yeah.
And he even says sometimes when something bad happens, if I say to myself, thank you for this opportunity.
Right.
Like when because I used to make the analogy, it's like, I told my therapist, I'm like, you know, on some days, like if I like spill my coffee in the morning, that's like a day where I'm like, thank God I don't have a gun in the house. Because I'd be like, I can't believe I'm not cleaning this.
You'd be like,
just like blow my But he was like, you can also take that moment to go, hey, thank you for this opportunity to clean up the coffee. This is just something that happened and it's over now. And it's like something I never thought. And then if you do that with the positives, when the negative comes around, but you've already 10 times today, like the barista smiled at me. That sandwich was fantastic. I got a great parking spot. You know, like you forget all of those the second someone goes like, sorry, you didn't get the job. And then you're like, I told you I'm a fat pig. And you're like, wait, who said that? You know, and all of a sudden you're like spiraling out of control and you're like, oh, 11 good things happened today.
Right.
Yeah.